Okay, I'll try this again. I just lost a video, just crashed on me. So what we were doing was we just got it to this stage. What we want to do is to combine this object to make it one for now, so we can start making the windows. In order to make the windows, what I'm going to be using is I'm going to be using the snap tool to just like fit the windows in the right place. So we'll make one and then we'll move it into its position. So I'll go back to my polygons and just click on a cube, and I'll just move that forward. I'm not going to be doing this precisely, so just very roughly just kind of block it in now, so you can get the idea of how to use the snapping tools. So the whole purpose of this tutorial was just to get you guys familiar with using the different options and different tools that there are with the Maya as well. We'll use the same cube to kind of create the windows with, but one of the things that we can do is we'll move this across and we'll just scale it so it's roughly the right scale that we want it to be of the window size. So I'm just going to move that up, just make it a bit slimmer for now, and then move it to the side so you can see that it fits in there for now. So we just need to scale it up a little bit more. Just a bit more, and then that's this. It's not. There's multiple ways of doing this, so we'll just do the. There we go. So just to get an idea, so that just roughly fits there. What we're going to do now is we're going to select the faces on each side. So I'm going to select this face on this side of the window and this one, and I'm going to hit the extrude option, and I'm going to scale inwards and downwards as well, so in the X and Y, just to roughly get it the way I want it. All I can do is just use this option here to kind of just scale the way I want it to. But if I just use this one and about there, that'll give me a rough idea of where I want the window frame to be. I'll just select my edges again, and instead I'm going to go back into my connect tool again, just put that into the center line, and I'll do the same for this side and this side. That gives me my windows, and I'll actually give it a bit of a frame in the middle, so I'm just gonna create one there and one there, and I'll just double click and delete the line in the middle there, and I'll do the same with this as well. I'll just loop select this by pressing shift and double clicking on that, and just moving this a bit up there, so roughly in the same size. And I'm going to select these faces again, and I'm going to turn these into extrude these again just a little bit so we have that extra detail, and this time I'm just going to scale inwards, and actually just going to use this option here, the Z axis there, and just use the scale Z, and then you can pull on the other side. So that's pretty much my window there, so you can see that. I'm happy with that. One of the things I want to do is I don't want to, because the windows weren't created, one of the things that I can do is I can use this as a reference point and fit these to the same kind of size of windows. But what I'll do rather than doing that, just to save some time, I'll scale these windows to the sizes of these shapes that I've created before. Quickly to fit things in, one of the things that you're going to be using a lot is to actually move this viewport, this coordinate system here, so your XYZ kind of widget it's locked to the center, but one of the things that you can do is you can move it to any of the points that you want inside the 3D space. So if you hit insert, now if you move this thing around, you're not actually moving the object, but you're actually moving the widget and its pivot point. If I hit the snap option here and move that to this corner here, that means that, and then hit insert again, this means that that's the point where now I can start move the object from. Keeping that selected, I'm going to press Ctrl D, so my duplicate is going to be pretty much the same as that, and I can just drag that and put it on this corner here, so you can see very easily I've created another object and it fits quite close, it fits nicely. Something wrong there. It's not on the right point that it needs to be, so it needs to be here. So the thing was that it wasn't precisely on the edge it needs to be on, so that's why I was getting that kind of, it looks like the window's a bit smaller on the other side. So what I can do is just quickly scale this slightly down to kind of make it a bit more closer to what it needs to be. I'll do the same for this one as well, so it's kind of fits the edge. And just slightly scale it. If you were to do one for custom for this very shape, what you can do is fill the object, extract that filled piece, and then just make the window out of that. But we're just doing this. We don't need to do it to that level of detail. I mean, this is not for precision like I mentioned before. So I'm going to Ctrl D that and move that to the top here, so I'm just going to snap that for now. And obviously this is not the right size, so I'm going to turn the snap off for a second and just make that slightly bigger on that side, and same onto this side, so just kind of fill it up a bit. There we go. And now I can Ctrl D and move that also to this point. Turn my snap on and move this one just here. So that's that done. For the side windows, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate this one that you see here, so we want to be able to rotate that. So Control D, and what we'll do is return our channel box back on, and we're going to rotate it 90 degrees in the Y, minus 90 in the Y axis. So there we go. So that's facing the right way, and what we'll do is we'll just move that into its position there. So I'll Control D, make another copy, and move one just there. So you can see this one's not as the right size, so I'll just scale that one down a little bit, and what you get is the windows there. So I'm just going to put another material on so you can see everything a bit better now that the detail is there a bit. I'm going to go into my rendering mode and hit shaded option here. I'm just going to put this down a bit. You'll see that nothing's changing, it's due to this option needs to be selected on or off. So I'm just going to put this down a bit so you can see it. So you can see that I have filled up the gap. So let's just put slightly different tint on the windows and the doors just for now. Let's put a slightly different one. Yeah, actually let's put this one there. You can see there's the doors and windows. One of the things, instead of copying that across, we can just use our symmetry tool again. So if I just select that, select this option, select all the stuff that I've I've built, apart from the door which is in the center. We don't need to symmetry that. I'm gonna go back into my polygons and hit the combined option, and what that'll do is it'll combine all the separate pieces for me. I can delete these, and I'll hit edit duplicate special, hit minus on that. So that's the front of the house there, and I will plus hit minus on that here. Now that's the house there. Actually, before what I'll do is I'll separate that again. I'll give another material just to the wooden bit so we can separate that bit out. But just for the roof, just to finalize it, I'm going to, in the next video, just do some last extrude and tidy it up so you get a better idea of how it finally looks like.